Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Steve Breach coming to you here today with an interview with The Rock on Live with Kelly and Ryan. I first want to interject, what the hell is Ryan Seacrest doing hanging out with Kelly Ripa? I've always, it was Regis and Kelly, and then it was Kelly with Michael Strahan, and then all of a sudden Ryan Seacrest is in there. I had no idea. What's Seacrest doing these days? Is he still working for Fox? I don't know. The guy had like 100 jobs at one time, and all of a sudden now I'm seeing interviews with Kelly and Ryan, and had no clue that Seacrest is even doing that job. But basically, The Rock was talking about his upcoming movie where Roman Reigns is going to be making an appearance, Hobbs and Shaw. But during this interview, he kind of announced that he's retired from WWE, basically saying that he does miss wrestling, he loves wrestling, but he had a chance to go to Hollywood, perform in front of millions more people, making movies, and that is something that he really loves to do, and it's a part of him because that's what made him a star. But he's about moving forward, moving into a new direction, and it doesn't look like The Rock is going to be coming back and having any more matches anytime soon. So to me, that would make the Eric Rowan match at Wrestlemania 32, I guess his retirement match. He came back. The supposed plan was that he was going to be going into a big match with Triple H, and that was the reason why Triple H beat Sting at WrestleMania 31 on that WWE show that they came out with, where basically everybody was telling their side of the story. Why Sting came back. Sting didn't get the win. I think it's honestly a really big piece of horse crap. I mean, the match is a year away. Triple H, we all know, doesn't really do anything from WrestleMania until the Royal Rumble. It's not like in those 9 months that he was off, once he finally comes back in January, people are going to be like, wait a minute, Triple H can't fight against The Rock because Triple H just lost against Sting. Triple H loses all the freaking time. I mean, Triple H lost the title at WrestleMania 32 to Roman Reigns. But I mean, never once. Triple H fought at WrestleMania 33. He fought at WrestleMania 34. He fought against Batista at WrestleMania 35. Nowhere did anybody ever bring up that Triple H had lost at the years before WrestleMania. WWE makes it world famous by saying that wins and losses don't really matter. All you have to do is really follow along with the story, and then once a story ends, a new story picks up. But we all can hope every year The Rock is going to show up for WrestleMania, do some sort of appearance, much like how he did at WrestleMania 31. 32 wasn't even really a real match. I think in most people's minds, WrestleMania 29, the match against John Cena, I think is going to be what everybody remembers his retirement match. I think that, people are going to remember him, showing up on Raw and hitting the ropes and stuff against Rusev. People, him showing up at that Boston Garden house show, which I don't think he did anything. I think he just delivered a promo that, basically anytime, anywhere in the WWE universe, The Rock could show up. The Rock isn't ending his deal with WWE. We'll still be selling Rock t-shirts, Rock DVDs, Rock backpacks, this, that, and the other. Whatever they can slap The Rock's picture on and sell a lunchbox, they're still going to do it. So there's always still going to be that chance that Rock could show up on Monday Night Raw or anything like that. I think the one thing we're all hoping for is that Rock shows up at the first SmackDown on Fox, which is going to be a big deal. The one thing I think, the reason why The Rock sort of separates himself away from wrestling is that he does know that he needs to have a little bit of a break. When The Rock has had movies that have come out and they're not really the huge money makers, I don't want to say flops, because every Rock movie has basically made tens of millions of dollars and nothing has really gone to the poorhouse over a Rock movie. But I think that's when he's basically gone and made movies consecutively too fast and they're released too close to the other one, and maybe people sort of mix them up. A movie that comes out in the winter, a movie that comes out in the summer, maybe 2 movies a year max. But we've had some summers where Rock's got one that comes up in the beginning and then he's got one that comes out in the end, and people feel like we just saw The Rock, we don't need to see another one. Every single movie basically is the same. They're exciting, but to me, honestly, every fight sequence that the Rock's ever done in a movie, starting with the rundown, going all the way to this Fast and the Furious, we basically see the same moves over and over and over again. It's just a different actor taking the bumps. That's basically just about it. But in this video, I think it's time we start talking about The Rock coming back and actually taking that Wrestlemania Hall of Fame booking where, he could go into the Hall of Fame. I think that, honestly, out of everybody that has a chance to go into the WWE Hall of Fame, The Rock could sell out his own Hall of Fame class. That being, every year we have a main eventer. We've got, a tag team. We've got a foreign guy. We've got the mid-carder that nobody thought had a chance to be in the Hall of Fame, but he's showing up because everybody loved him. They've sort of got, a thing that they follow where they just get one of these, one of those, one of these, and that's it. To me, honestly, I think you just have basically The Rock celebration. WWE Hall of Fame, WrestleMania 36, live from Tampa, the Hall of Fame. And, instead of just having one presenter, I don't want to turn it into a roast because that's basically what sort of, Vince McMahon didn't like The Rock when he put his dad and his grandpa in, I believe, at WrestleMania 24. Because The Rock, instead of, putting over his father, putting over his grandfather, was interacting with the wrestlers in the crowd, which I think a lot of people sitting at home liked more than anything else. But, when you talk about The Rock, you could have John Cena make an appearance. Hulk Hogan will be there to make an appearance. I'm sure Triple H would want to say something. They both, came up in their careers along the way. It could be a change to the Hall of Fame where basically they could figure out they don't need to bring back a couple different acts. You could just basically just go, bam, this is The Rock show, The Rock celebration, and, he is the main guy. We thank him for everything that he did in the 90s to shoot them into the 2000s to make them the company today. I think that he might be one of the few guys that they have that could they could do that with. And I think it would be a change to the Hall of Fame. It definitely would be something that a lot of people would make sure that they mark on their calendars. I need to watch this on the Hall of Fame before they edit it on the WWE Network. Because I'm sure a lot of people, especially with The Rock, are going to be wanting to get shots, and the WWE's going to be like, I don't know if this needs to live forever. And that's just me. But, Rock Hall of Fame is something that I've been looking forward to seeing for a long time. He's definitely one of the surefire main eventers that they have left in the tank. And I'd like to see it. I think a lot of you guys out there would too. So let me know what you guys think. WrestleMania 36, The Rock going into the WWE Hall of Fame.